Hello friends, welcome back. I am Trilochan. Let's continue with Python series. We had discussed so many things in Python in this Python series, right? I think which is enough for us to build a small projects. So I believe in a practical approach as theoretical knowledge alone won't be of help in a real-time work environment. So now onwards we will discuss some real-time project ideas. The motto behind this Python series is to make you job ready. So without real-time project and practical experience, it is not possible to get a job, right? So let's start with a very interesting game made Libs. I hope you know this game and how to play. Made Libs are fill in the blank stories. Players choose words, nouns, verbs, adverbs, and adjectives to fill in the blanks in a story, and the result is a strange and funny and definitely original stories. I will show you a very short story, but you can practice long stories. Okay, so here you can see I have written the one stories here. After hiding the painting in his apartment for 2 years, he grew impatient and tried to sell it to a gallery in Florence but was caught. Here we can replace this apartment as a noun, and here impatient is an adjective and gallery as a noun. Here we can create a fill in the blanks. Okay, so let's create that one. So we can take noun and adjective as an input. So here you can write first variable as a noun 1 equals to take as a input. Okay, you can write here enter first noun. Okay, so similarly here another is you can adjective enter adjective, right? So here you can simple write enter noun and copy this one, and here you also write noun 2 because we have two nouns here, right? Enter noun again. So here it is noun 1 and noun 2 and adjective. We have taken 3 inputs, right? So we can replace here with apartments here. So here we can do it with noun 1. Here it is, and the impatient we can replace with the adjective. Okay, here is adjective we can write. Here it is. So now this term is gallery, and this is also one noun, so this will be the second noun. Okay, so for this is this string formatting we have already discussed this, right? So we can f keyword we can put it here f keyword, so it's become a now is a proper string, right? So let's execute this and check how it is working. Okay, so for execute this Python 3 and Madlibs. So first enter noun. Okay, so for entering noun you can enter anything, like I can let me enter it after hiding the painting in his mouth. Okay, so make it interesting and funny. Then enter adjective. So let me enter here mouth means sticky. Here it is. So next enter the second noun here. So you can anything you can write. So let me write here another noun is bird. Okay, so let's enter here. So here you can check the story is changed and it's funny now. After hiding the painting in his mouth for 2 years, he grew sticky and tried to sell it to an bird in Florence. Bird was cut. Okay, the similar way you can make a long story and like multiple inputs you can do. So this is how you can create a simple game. Okay, so this is very simple game, and this is the first project we did in Python. So your task is now you just create a long story and make a mad Libs game in your own. Okay. In this tutorial, we'll discuss another popular game project, Dice Rolling Simulator. As the name of program suggests, we will be imitating a rolling dice. This is one of the interesting Python projects. Listen carefully. It will generate a random number each dice the program runs, and the users can use the dice repeatedly for as long as he wants. When the users rolls the dice, the program will generate a random number between 1 and 6 as on a standard dice, right? The number will then be displayed to the user. It will also ask user if they would like to roll the dice again. The program should also include a function that can randomly grab a number within 1 to 6 and print it. I hope these beginner level Python projects will help build a strong foundation for fundamental programming concepts. So let's pause this video and try yourself. And to understand the game, you can listen again from the starting. Okay, so then try. If you are not able to, then you can resume and watch the complete video. So let's do it here in program. So you can, as I said, we need a random number, right? So for random number, we have to import one built-in modules, the random. Okay, so here you can import random. Here it is. So next is you have to take one while loop to dice to randomly generate the dice, right? So it will be continuous process. So you need a loop. But why while loop? Because we don't know where to stop. Okay, so this is why we will take one while loop. So again you take another variable for pass the condition for a while loop. Suppose this is, you can take again variable. Here it is, you make it by default it is true. Okay, so here you can write while loop and the variable is in condition is again here. So in while loop we have to print the random value. Okay, so let's print that one. Print random, and the another attribute of random or function of random is rand integer. Here it is suggesting rand integer. So we have to pass the range. So our range is 1 to 6, right? So you can also take here 1, 6. Okay, so we have to print a random number between 1 to 6. So I have taken the range here 1 to 6, right? So next is, so we have to ask the user, you want to roll again or not. So for that you can take another input variable, like you can another roll. Okay, here we can take input. You can write here 1 to roll the dice again. Here it is. So here it is, option is also there. So yes or no. Okay, so similarly you can, then the condition we will check. If another roll here it is, you can take this one, because someone will add capital Y and yes, so we can make it like another role dot lower function, so that the input always in lowercase. Okay, so you can check it with Y, right? Here it is. So one more thing I will suggest, it's not only the Y and, so you can take a yes, or you can take another condition also, but as I mentioned here, it's Y and N, so you can take compare with the only Y, there is no need of yes. Okay, so here it is, you can, for if this is yes, then simply you can write continue keyword. I think we have discussed this continue and break, right? So here it is, you can write continue, else it will be break, right? So this is like we have written whole program here, everything. If you run this one, it will give you the result and 1 to 6, and if you want to roll again dice the again, so it will continue and it will give the another results. So this is how you can create all like the program, and this is the game altogether. Okay, so let's execute this and see the result here. So for executing, so you will write Python and your file name Python 3. Okay, so let's enter. Here it is, the first random number is 6. Then it asks us to want to roll the dice again, yes or no. If yes, it will give you another number. Here it is, again you can try yes, it will give another random number. So similarly, if you write here no, then it's a break. Now your task is to ask the user for the minimum and maximum value of the die. A die can have many sides. If our user of the program wants to simulate a dice roll with a many-sided die, we can allow the user to enter the minimum and maximum number of the die, right? So another use case, like what if the user enters invalid input? So for that you can use try except to improve error handling, right? In this tutorial, we'll discuss how to build one of the interesting game Hangman in Python. Before that, let me tell you about Hangman, that we will jump to code directly. Okay, the Hangman game is all about guessing the word letter by letter. The word to guess is represented by a row of dashes. If the player guesses a letter which exists in the word, the script writes it in all the correct position, and the player has to guess the word till the death, as the name of the game suggests, Hangman. But we will restrict the wrong attempt to lose the game, right? Let's jump to code now. So here I have taken so many words from the Google and I have collected these words, and these words also have some hyphen and spaces, and here it is, this is most interesting, and if you take the wrong steps, then we have to restrict the right. So these are the steps, the first step, third step and fourth step, the whole Hangman will print here. So now we have to select one word, a random word from this word. So we have to import random module, right? So first one, import random. So second is we have to import these two files, words and Hangman wrong steps. From Hangman wrong steps, import steps function, steps. Okay, and then from words file, words, import words. Here, so next we have to get a valid word from this word file, right? So here it is, I have told you that hyphen and spaces is there. So let me define one function here, def get valid words, and we will input the words. So here word equals to random dot choice words. So it will randomly choose one word from the list of these words. Okay, so now we'll make it also for hyphen and spaces. So for that I have to write here while hyphen in words or um, space in word, then that is also choose this one, the word random choice words. Here it is. So now we will return this word with upper cases. So it will good, like upper cases will choose also in when we pick the word, that is also in upper cases. I can guess the word, it will be also in upper cases. Okay, so now we have to write picked let's take a variable picked. Here just call this function get valued words. Here it is. So now just run this one. So for that let me print this one picked. Here it is. This is yes. So this is taking the random words sister, 8, paper. Here it is. So next we'll print like how many words the word has length of the picked in letters, so that it will start the game with a the player can guess easily. Okay, so let me print the word has length of the picked variable. This means the valued word, whatever we picked from the list of the list of the words. Okay, so here it is, the word has suppose 3-4 letters, so it will print like this. Okay, so next is let me write down the ranges, the dashes for the number of words we have, number of character in words we have. So here it is, for I as I have written length of the picked, print the dashes, the underscore you can say. So here is, let me print in outside of this. Yes, so it will print the number of dashes in particular. Yes, the word has 4 letters and 4 dashes here you can see. So now we'll define a list for the right and wrong attempts, and the right list we will have the dashes, right? So here it is, we will put the dash into the number of character in the picked word. Here it is wrong list, right? So next is, let's define the right letters, where we can print the right letters with the whatever we picked from this, whatever do we guess from this. Okay, so here it is, like definition we can write right letter. Here we can make a loop for I in right. Okay, so we will choose from this list and print I with comma and this. Here it is, print outside of this. So same as a wrong letter. Yes, wrong. So here it is, make it wrong, and we'll put I here. Yes, here also I need to change this. Yes, so this is done, the right letter and wrong letter we have. But in right letter, let me write down here wrong letters, because in wrong letters, let me give one message. The wrong letters you have written, this is on the wrong letter, right? So now, yes, this is done. Yes, wrong letter, right and wrong letter is done. Now the main loop we have to write, where Hangman Game execute. Okay, so while true, till the death it will run. So the game is Hangman, so we have to run till the death. So while true, so let me take one input from the player. So guess, this is variable input, so we can write guess a letter, and it should be uppercase. Here it is, you can make it uppercase. So now we'll change to if guess in picked. So the two condition will be there. Whatever you guess, that will be in picked, or that is not in picked. Okay, so first condition is guess in picked. If guess in picked, so we have to enter into the right letters, right? So here it is. So before that, let me tell you, we have to keep in same order. So for that, let me write these conditions. Index equals to 0 for I in picked. Whatever you picked, the computer is picked, our interpreter is picked from the list of the word. We have to make it if I equals to guess the right index. We have to write index is the guess. Okay, so we just inserted right list. So here it is. So let me index plus index, yes. So now we have to call a right letter, wrong letter, and also the steps function in Hangman wrong steps. So here right letter, so right letter function, so that it will print with the letter whatever we have guessed now. So wrong letter also, if it is not, there is no word, then it is right word, it will not put the wrong letter. Okay, so now the steps function, if it is wrong word, then it will like steps, so the step of wrong whatever we guess now. So it is the whatever the letter you guess now, if it is in picked word, then it will print this one. If it is not, then what will guess? So elif guess not in picked. So if guess in wrong, then print already is guessed. Okay, so guess in wrong, that means in wrong list. So the letter, so we can write you already guessed it. You already guessed, comma, guess the letter. Okay, so you can call here a wrong letter. This function we have written above. Okay, so now else, so you can write guess is not my word. So this is in wrong case. Okay, so here is, you can write is not in my word. Then we will append this letter to wrong list. So for that we have to write wrong dot append and the guess the letter. Okay, so now we have to call these three functions also, right letter, wrong letter, and the steps, the wrong steps. So this is done for the right one and wrong one. Okay, so now we have to restrict, like I have told you, we have to restrict the game if attempt for more than 4. Okay, so length of the wrong is 4, then print game over. Okay, so we write down that, and next is you can pick the you can show the word I picked, comma, picked. So this is the right word. So similarly for owning the game, you have to make a condition. Okay, so here it is. So to own the game, you have to fill all the blanks like the underscore. If underscore not in right list, then you have owned the game, right? So you can congratulations, then you can write you have owned the game. Yes. So now you can also show the same word, I picked this word. Then so this is the condition. Okay, so you have to print the break, otherwise it will continue this while loop. So while is true, so that's a we put the break here. So now it's a get valid word, and now let me run this. Yes, ooh, I missed something here. If I, this is I equals to guess. Yeah, so now save it and let's run it again. Here it is. The word has 3 letters, so we have to write 3 guess. So here it is. The G is not in my word, and wrong letter G, so it is printed the first. This is H, this is also not in that word, GHY, this is also not. T, this is also not there. So Hangman is printed. So game over. I picked SIP. The original word was SIP. So next, G. This is also wrong. You are the right person to guess what I don't have much idea. In this tutorial, we will discuss one small project, email slicer. This is one of the convenient Python projects that have a lot of use in the future. The program helps get you the username and domain name from an email address. Suppose that my email ID is trilochan@gmail.com. So we will slice out the username trilochan, then again we will slice out the domain name gmail.com. Okay. You can even customize the application and send a message to the host with this information. So let's see the example here. So let's take one example of like let's take a custom email ID. Suppose we can put here email ID. We can take input. Here it is. We can write input. Within that we can write the message. Enter your email ID, right? Enter your email ID. Here it is. So this is, you can enter. It will prompt you one the one like enter your email ID, so that you can enter your email ID and the result will be your username and your domain name. Okay. So we can use here one method, stripe. If you know JavaScript, Java and PHP, other languages, there's a function trim. Okay, so here in Python this is the best option to remove the space before that particular email ID and after that email ID. Okay, so here it is, we are using the strip method, so it will remove the spaces. Okay, next is we got the email ID, okay, as a input. Now the first work is we have to slice out the username. So here you can take one username equals to, no, this is no need to enter, we got the email ID, so we have to find out the username from this email. So email ID here you can take, and already we have discussed this colon operator. Okay, so here we can do it, email ID dot index. So the first part at the rate suppose email ID trilochan@gmail.com. As I said, the trilochan one is the your username and gmail.com is the domain name. So here the before at the rate our email ID, sorry, our username, right? So this is how you can find out your username. So similarly, if you can copy paste here and we can find out the domain name. Domain, okay, so domain equals to same email ID, our email ID, right? Here email ID and email dot index, the same, plus we just add 1. Okay, here it is plus 1, and this is the second part. So here you would need this one. Done, email ID, and this is the second part of this one. Okay, so this is how you can got your domain name here. So now let me print this one here, print the string formatting you need, right? So for the I always choose F formatting. So here you can write down your username equals to username. Okay, so similarly, and you can write down here and your domain name, domain name write is, okay. If your username is this username, your domain name is, similarly you can write domain. So save it, okay. So let's execute this and see the result. Here it is. Enter your email ID trilochan@gmail.com. Okay. So here it is an error. Name email ID is not defined. Here already we have an email ID. This is email ID, right? Oh, sorry. This is I missed here one L. So I think everything is right. Yes. So let's execute and print it. Here it is, trilochan@gmail.com. Yes, your username is Trilochan and your domain name is gmail.com. So this is very simple project. You can try today. Now you can try it. And so in this tutorial we will discuss another project, binary search, which is little logical. So it will help you to understand and implement the algorithm in Python. We can take a list of random numbers. As you see here, I have taken the one list which is randomly I put the number, and this is 11 number, right? So when suppose we take one user input, when the user inputs a random number, and our task will to check if that number is included in the list or not. So it will do so by creating two half of the list. If the program finds the number of the first half of the list, suppose this is the middle of this list, okay, this is the middle number. So it will eliminate, like if it will find the first half, it will eliminate the second half of this list. Okay, the search will continue until the program finds the number input of the user or until the sub-array size becomes 0. So this Python project idea will help you to create and implement an algorithm, as I told you, that searches for an element in a list. Okay, so let's take an example here. So suppose we take as an input here, input, you can write enter a number. Here it is, space. Okay, so once you got the number, so this is X, you got the input, right? So this input number will search in this array. Okay, so how it is work, like I can tell you the best example. So suppose this compare X with the middle element. Suppose this is the middle element, right? 10 is our middle element. If X matches with the middle element, we return simple middle index. So this we can return the index of this element 10. Else if X is greater than the middle element, then X can only lie in the right side of this. Suppose this is greater than middle element, so X is lies in the middle side of this list. Okay, so this is the greater half of the sub array after the middle element. Then we apply the algorithm again for the right side of this. Okay, similarly, else if X is smaller, the target X must lie in the left side of this, right? So we apply the same algorithm for the left side. So this is how we can solve this binary search algorithm, right? So let's execute the same way and execute the same program in Python. So we have taken the X now. Okay, so let me write here one function for binary search. So definition binary, so you can binary search. binary search. Here it is. So we have taken one function. So what is the argument? What are the argument? We have to take the first as a list. Okay. Then second end is lower part of this, the lower index, and the next one is the higher index h. Then you can take the input which you want to find in this list. Okay, so now we have to check the basic condition here. If h greater than equals to L, right? So we have taken a basic condition here. So let me find out the middle of, so middle we can take simple m equals to here h plus L. Okay, so we can make it here 2, right? So if this is the middle point, okay, so next we have to check if here my list, okay, so we can take as only list because we have taken an argument of list, right? So we can change it because list is the keyword for Python. So here we can take is a my list, right? So my list of, suppose this is the m equals to if equals to x, so we can put it, we can simple return m, right? Here it is. Similarly we will check for the higher one and the lower one. So elif here my list, here you can simple copy and paste my list need if greater than x, okay, simple we can recursively call, so return binary search. Okay, here you just copy, paste, here list is the same and here lower is lower and higher one is m minus 1 and x is the x. Okay, similarly final one is else simple you can return binary search. Let's copy and here you can write my list and lower one is here m plus 1, right, and higher one is the simple h and x, right? Else if all are not working, so first condition we will put here, so these all are in within this one, right? This tab here, this within the these conditions. So here finally we have to write down else return 1 return minus 1. Here it is. So this else is part of, so let me show you here. Yes, this is the part of this else, if else if elif else. Okay, so this is the recursive call of binary search. We'll find the first, the middle of it will, if it's same as a middle number, so it is simply will return m here. Okay, so similarly if it is greater than x, then again we will call the second half, the right half will calculate, and similarly is the left half. If it will not found, then it will return the -1. Okay, so now we have to call this function. So here let's go to, let me find the result r equals to binary search. Okay, binary search my list, the start with 0th index, end with, suppose we can find out simple length of my list. Okay, length of my list -1, right? Here it is, and x is simple x, we have already taken, right? So now we can take a condition, if r not equals to -1, we can direct print, okay, number is present at index we can make it string of r. Here it is. So similarly, else copy present number is not present. Okay, number is not present in list. So this is done. So this program is for searching the element in a particular list, and this is the binary search using the binary search algorithm. Okay, so now let me execute this one and see how it will see the result. So for that, Python 3 binary search.py, here it is. So enter number, so let me find out 14. So here it is, one error. Okay, my list m greater than x. This is not separated between instance of int and string. This is a string, so we have to take x again equals to int of x. Okay, so now let's execute this one. Here it is. So enter a number, suppose same 14. Here it is, the number is present at index 6. So let's execute again. We'll check how it is. Suppose we have taken 23. So here it number is not present in the list. So this is how you can solve the binary search and you can find the number in a list. Okay, so this is small project, but it will help you to understand the whole logic and implement it in Python. Okay, so this is whole program you can see here. In this tutorial, we'll discuss one of the interesting Python projects for beginners. It means for you. We'll read a text file and extract email IDs from that. So before we start, if you are new to Python, please watch the full playlist of Python for beginners in my channel. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and press on the bell icon to get regular updates. Okay, so here it is, you can see I have already created one text file. Here we have I have entered, this is simple dummy texts, and I have entered my email IDs here. This is the first line of paragraph, you can see here, and here one email id is there, and second paragraph there are two email id I have written, like here it is one more email id and second email id is here. So we will extract these email IDs from this text file. Okay, for that, so let's start. We will write the code to extract the email ID from this text file. Okay, so for that we will use regular expressions. So for that you need to import regular expression. This is Python's inbuilt, you can say, module, so you don't need to install it, you simply import it, import re. Okay, so the next is we need to read or open the file. Okay, I have already covered this tutorial in our playlist, you can check that. So how to read a file, simple. So let's create one variable here, simple open. Okay, in open function you can read the file. So here it is, file name is email underscore text, right? So it should be in a same folder, otherwise you can mention here the path name .txt. So we'll pass the read r. Okay, we need to read only. So we have this in variable, we have this file, whatever the content in that in this file. Okay, so now we got the content. So next we read the line by line. So for that we'll write for loop and line in file, right? Here it is. So now we have lines, so let me strip it. So s equals to line dot strip, right? So this once reads, then we will use simple regular expression to extract the email id. You can simple search in Google how to extract the email id from a text, so you will get the regular expressions. So for that, one function re dot find all, here it is. So find all function is there, between that you need to put the regular expression. So I have already like find out from Google, and regular expression is another topic to cover. So here it is, I have already did that before. So now I can tell you how it works. Simple. The first is any capital letter, small letter 0 to 9 is accepted. Then second is he will like this regular expression search for the @ and third is dot. So after dot, that only small letter or capital letter will search similarly. So this is how it regular expression works. So this is our email IDs, whatever we search from this line. Okay, now you just print that one. Here it is, you can print. Okay, so for that print regular expression, right? So this is all about the code. Let me run this, and how is it working already told you. Okay, so let me print. So Python 3 and email.py, right? Enter. So this is the email id. Okay, so these three email id we have in our text file, right? This is the first one and second one and the third one. And the first line, so we have an email id, this one, and in the second line we have two email ids, that is this first one and second, this one. Okay, so this is how you can extract the email id from a text file. So this is the way you can read the file, then you can extract the email id. So in this tutorial we will discuss a very common problem, but every time you need it for your project, reading data from the CSV file. So before we start, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and press on bell icon to get regular updates. So let's get started. For CSV file, as I told you, the reading the CSV file, so we need to import the built-in module, that is CSV. So for that, import mod CSV. Here it is. So I have already created a CSV file. So let me show you. This is our CSV file, the employee details, basically the employee ID, employee name, email ID, mobile city is there. So this is our CSV file. We'll read this one and print one by one. Okay. So for that, let me open with open this file. So the file name is emp.csv, right? So here it is, emp.csv. Here it is. So my delimiter is here, the comma, right? So emp csv as csv file. Here it is. Yes. So csv reader. For that, let me csv dot reader is there. Yes. So let me assign it one variable. Here it is. So you can take any variable name. CSV reader. For me, it is okay. CSV reader with a CSV reader. So there is a option. Lots of options will show you. No need to worry about it. The CSV file. So this is CSV file, comma, as I told, the delimiter is comma, right? So here it is, the CSV reader. We have now in CSV reader variable, we have all the data, right? So we'll read line by line. So let me take one variable, line count. The first line is 0. So let me run through a for loop, the for row in CSV reader. Okay. So this is CSV reader is, we have all the data. So now for CSV reader, so print, will print that one, the first row, the heading row, right? So for that, let me print the column, all the columns are. So let me write all the columns name. So column names are, so this is the first row. Okay, so here it is, we can print it, row of space. Yes, so this is the comma separated is, we'll join all the columns here. So this is very already we have discussed this format, right, to for the string. So f string, this is join, and we have already discussed this. So this is how you can connect, you can concatenate your strings, right? So let me line plus 1. Yes, so now our line count is increased 1. So so we have to check first one. So let me write the if condition here. So if line count equals to 0, then it is the header column, right? So here we will put one condition. So here it is. Yes, if line count equals to 0, then print this one. This is the column names are. Okay, that means this is the headings for us. So that CSV file, this is the heading. Okay, so this is the if condition, then else. So here you have to always remember the indent is more important. You have to give the proper indent, otherwise it will give you the error. Okay, so here else is, so we will print other rows, other than the heading rows, right? So now we will print this one. So simple same fundamental concept, simple f string. So employee first name is first column, I think employee ID, right? So for that, so employee ID, yes. So this is employee ID, yes. Employee ID, name, email, mobile, city. So similarly we have to write. So employee ID means the row of 0.
right? So here it is, you can write simply row of 0. Here it is. Now name row of 1. It's suggesting case code if you installed your Python or code tab line. Okay, so it will suggest you the next line what you want to write. Very smart. So similarly, you can write a simple write an email. No need to again employee email mobile. Okay, simple write email. So here employee email, right? So this is row of 2. Here it is. This is very smart. It will suggest you everything. So you have to install the tab line extension for the VS Code. Okay. So here it is, employee email, then mobile and city, right? So here write mobile. Row of 3. Yes, it is. Now the city, right? So for city, yes, row of 4. This is done. So it will print all the data row by row. Okay. So now it is done. So let me enter line count. So here exactly I am doing the line count because we can write how many line you processed. Okay, so finally you can write that one. So it will help you to how many rows you have read. So here it is, you can print that same. For that print, let me print it. So I'm looking for the, yes, internet. It is more important. The print, it's always giving me error. Internet is more important, so always I'm looking for that. Is it right internet or right or wrong? So processed line count lines. So this is how it's you can read your file, CSV file. So this is all about the coding here. So now let me run this one. So for that, Python 3 and simple here csvreader.py. Okay. So here it is, you can directly enter. Yes, again on indent. So this is the common issue you have to solve, and I think this is yes, I have to put in right. Yes, I think this is in right position. Now let me run it here. Yes, so here you can see all the data and employee ID 1, 2, 3, Trilochen, John, David, is everything is printed row by row. So this is how you can read your CSV file in Python. Okay, this is very easy and this is very common, and but it is needed for you. Any project you do, this is the common things you need it. We will discuss one of the project in Python and which is related to image, and we'll convert PNG to JPG. Okay, so I will write that code and I will import and install some modules here. So for GUI already Tinter is there in the built-in module as a package is there, but I have to install Pillow, that another package which will help us to convert PNG to JPG. Okay, so let's start with the coding. So let me import first yes, Tinter as a TK. Yes, enter. Then import the file dialog. So for that, from Tinter import file dialog. Here it is, file dialog. Yes, then another one is message box. So here I yes, import message box. And another one, as I told, Pillow. So for that we have to install the Pillow one. So pip3 install Pillow. you need to install your local system or you will create an environment, virtual environment. So I have already this package, so I need to import only. So from PIL that below import image. Okay, so this image will help. Then root and will tk.tk. This is the root function. You can initialize the tinta. Then we'll create one canvas. Within that we'll keep one heading and two buttons for import, and first button is import and second button is to save. So here canvas root I have written it. It's a simple like a C++. We have written with right background. Then relief is, you can say, so how it will show, like it will pop up like, so I will give here raised, so it will look like a pop-up. Okay, so then raised, yes, enter. So then canvas dot one pack. So this is one canvas is created. Okay, the second thing we have to create now one level, you can say heading. For that, like we can PNG to JPG convert. Okay, tools you can name as. So level 1 DK level root, written already text. So here you can write down file, or you can say PNG to JPG tools. Okay, so PNG to JPG tools. Okay, so now this is done. Then PG we can set same gray. Then level 1. Yes, dot config. Here we can set font for it. So font, let me write down Helvetica, and this is, I think, normal. Any system have this particular font, so it will no issue. So font size is 20 now. So this is done, configuration done. So we need to put it in that canvas we have created. So now we have to create one window, canvas.create window, and we'll put that level in that canvas. Okay, so this is the first one is the x-axis 60, and that is the y-axis. Then window here level 1. Yes, so this is done. So now we will define one function here first to import a PNG file. So for that, get PNG. So let me take one global variable image1. So here we'll import image PNG file, import file path equals to, so it is very easy. Then file, we can use file dialog to import the file dialog, and this is simple function is there, ask file name. Okay, so similarly image.open, we will just need to open this, import whatever the file is selected. So after that we will convert to the RGB. So it is it's not needed till you can do it, or you can skip it. There is no need of this, but I am doing it. So now this function we have to call in a button. So let me browse button PNG. So here we have to save the process we have done in level. So we have create a button here, one button with text. So you can write down import PNG here. So import PNG file. Okay, so now this command would be called to get PNG function. Okay, so this button is created, and you have to just create another window and put it there. So this is the first one is x-axis, second one is the y-axis as I said, and the level 1 is the mouse button PNG. Okay, so similarly we have to create export, like convert PNG to JPG. To convert to JPG we just write down here. Then another global variable same image1, the same variable we have taken. Similarly we will write the export file. Okay, so export file path equals to file dialog dot ask save file name. Okay, so here it is default extension. So here it is, I think it's suggesting us no, yes, yes, default extension equals to .jpg. Yes, it is done now. So we need to just save it with the export file path. That's it. So then we'll create another button and we'll keep in that particular canvas, and after that, that's done. So save as button here, jpg equals to same tk dot button. Here it is. Yes. So similarly, text you can add convert to jpg. Yes, that's png to jpg you can write. Yes. So now this is done, and command would be called convert to jpg file. This is very easy to do this type of project in python, because all the packages is available. You just need to use it properly. Okay, so this button is created. Now let me add it to that canvas. So canvas.1 and create window. Here it is. So 150 is x-axis, then with 180 is y-axis. Then these are the coordinates for to keep your button. Okay, so here is windows button is done. Then finally root.main loop. So here is printer will run till you close this printer. Okay, so now this is done. Level created, everything function is written, button created. Here it is. Yes, done. So now we have to run. Before that we have to go particular file I have saved in. So here it is. Yes, image library. Okay, so cd that image/lib. So you have to go to that particular file or folder to run this python, right? Python file. So here it is, my file. Here it is. Then you just run, because I am running in virtual environment. Here it is. It is looks nice, but I think it's bigger. I need to change the dimension. So this is png file, and open it and convert to this. Ooh, some error occur. Okay, so this is ask save file or ask save as file name. This is wrongly I have written, so I need to change, and we will change also that canvas size. Here it is. So we need to change that, close it on, then ask as file. Yes, ask save as file name. Okay, this is the function name, and here you can keep it 300 and 250. Okay, so this is done. Again, just let me run this one here. This is png file and convert to jpg with same tutorial 97. We will save this one. Let me find out where it is. Yes, in computer documents. So here it is, my YouTube folder. Yes, this is jpg file is there. Okay, so this is how you can do the convert png file to jpg file in python. Today we will discuss how to download a YouTube video in your local system, and this project is very much interesting. Actually, in 2 lines of code you can download your YouTube video, but I will show you how to create an application. So you will enter your YouTube URL in a UI and enter the button, and it will download. And this is a very interesting project. Stay tuned till the end, and comment below if you have any doubt. We will discuss, and you can connect me on Twitter where we can discuss directly. So let's start. Import Tinker. Already we have discussed in last tutorial. So this is for UI, and next is we have to install first PyTube for downloading the YouTube videos. Okay, so for that py3 install and PyTube. Okay, this is already installed in my system. Requirement already satisfied. Okay, so you need to install in your system, then import. So from PyTube, here it is, PyTube, import YouTube. Okay, YouTube. Yes. So now next is we have to import SSL package to call the SSL URL in YouTube, the HTTPS URL. Otherwise you will get the error. So you have to install import SSL. So now we have to configure SSL dot create here default HTTPS context. So whenever you call the any URL from your local system, you will not get any error. So here it is default HTTPS context unverified context. Here, done. So this is needed, this line of code is needed to call your YouTube video URL. So now we'll create our canvas where we'll put all the input like entries, levels. So for that, very simple Canva. Okay, so this time I'm doing in different way. So last time we have done we have already seen this tinker, right? So now canva.geometry, this function we can use 400 into 350. Okay, this is the dimension of my canvas. So now we'll create, let me create one title. So this is canva.title. You can write down anything like your YouTube video downloader, anything as you want. So here I am writing YouTube video downloader. Here it is. So we'll create one level, then one entry where you can input your URL. So now we'll create Canva. See, so let me create the level. Okay, yes, level. So we'll pass this canvas here, and text is, you can write down anything as text. I will write welcome to YouTube downloader. Yes, let me write down. Here it is, YouTube downloader. Yes, so this is you can very easily you can create one level. This is, you can say, your heading part of your application. This is, we are creating an application here. So this is very simple. As last video I have shown in different way, and this is another way that you can create your UI in Python. Okay, this is very simple way I am showing you today. So this is one level is created. Okay, variable, let me take one variable where we'll dynamically save our level where the downloading status and or video download. Okay, so let me take one variable, level variable. So here I will take string variable here. Here it is. So this is the variable where we can put in another level. Let me show you here. Let var dot set. Here it is. Yes, so here it is. You can write enter your URL. So this is actually the above your entry, that input field you are will put in this canvas. Okay, so enter the YouTube video URL. So this is done. So now we'll take another label where we'll set this L variable, right? So let me take label. Here it is, and this is, yes, Canva, and text variable. Here it is, parameter is text variable equals to L bar. Okay, so now this is one another level is created. So here I have to peg it, dot peg. Okay, so this is another level is created. So next is, we have to create another entry where you will put your YouTube URL. So for that, you can take another variable URL and text string variable. Okay, so these are the simple concept like HTML. These variables we are taking, so that we can capture the variable, the input in that variable, so that will execute in future. Okay, so next is, this is entry and Canva. This is text variable URL and peg, and this is easily done. And we can set width here because this is text field. Okay, so let me set it here, width equals to 30. Yes, this is done. So one variable like one input field is also created here. entry. This is entry is actually using for this, and padding 40, that's the padding is you can take 10. Okay, so padding 40 will be a large. So now this is 10, this is one done. Okay, so now we will create another function so that you can download our YouTube video. So this is one download function. So now we'll try and catch. So because without try catch, you know that you will get the exception error. So let me take it try and catch. So let first, when call the download function, let me set the help here. This is downloading. Here it is. It looks professional, and click on the button, it will show you downloading. So we have taken the variable. So that's why it will change the text. So canva dot update. So now we have changed the text of the first level, whatever we taken. Okay, so that's why we have taken the variable. So now this line of code exactly download your video. So now YouTube, and you will pass the link. So link is here. Now we have taken the URL variable, right? URL, this is entry. Okay, so here it is text variable we have taken. So here we just pass the URL dot get. Yes, get method. So you will get the YouTube URL. So now this is streams dot first dot download. So this is actually, this line is download your video from the YouTube. Okay, so we are creating an application, so we need proper what the canvas and the application UI. So that's why we have done a lot of things. So now alpha.set, you can take video downloaded successfully. Yes, you can write down that downloaded successfully. Yes, so now your video is downloaded successfully. You can set your level. So now exception is exception you can take as E, and you can print your error in that same level. So that's why we have taken the variable, so it will be changed. So L variable set again, and you can pass your error. Okay, here error is, you can print E. Okay, so you have to concatenate STRE. So now this is done. So you need to update again, canva.update. Here it is. So this is download function we have created. Last is we have to create one button. So now this is done. Geometry created, one level is created. This is heading, and this is your entry point, input field, and this is showing the error. Okay, this capital T might be needed. Yes, we have to change this one to capital T, because we have, this is the class name. Here it is. Yes, this is done now. So now we have to create one button. Okay, so that we can click on the button and it will start the process. Button, so it is very simple. Button, you can pass the can. This is our canvas. Here can be CNB, yes, back. So now you can set text, text equals to download. Here it is, download. Yes, download. So now command will be the download function. Command equals to download. So this is very simple UI. It looks like an application, so that you can download your YouTube video using this application. So now the last is camp.main loop. Okay, so this is already we have discussed in the same in last tutorial. This is very easy. Let's save it and execute. Now there's nothing, this is very simple. Now need to install, sorry, python 3 or python as, if you set your latest version as a default, so python u2.py. Here it is, the interesting, your application is created. Welcome to youtube download. Enter the youtube video. Let me try with, yes, you will get the error here. Okay, so if you input a wrong url or anything, so let me go to my channel. Let me download my videos. Okay, so here it is. I taken my first, so last video was png to jpg, like the same ui have we have created in different way. So now this is, yes, click on the downloading. Yes, it is changed downloading. So once it's downloaded, it will show downloaded successfully. Okay, so now it's a downloading. Yes, video downloaded successfully. Now you can check this video is downloaded in your local system. Okay, similarly you can take another video link and try again. I think you will see the same result. Let me paste. Here it is. Yes, download. Yes, the text is changed, downloading. Next, download, video download successfully. So this is how you can download your youtube video from youtube, and it looks professional. I think I would say this is, yes, downloaded already. Okay, so this is how you can create your download youtube download application. In this tutorial, we will discuss how to build a world clock in a Python. We will print the current date and time for all the countries. Okay. So before we start, if you are new to Python, please watch all my videos in a single playlist. It is for beginners. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and press on bell icon to get regular updates. So let's jump to code. Here we have to import the date time first. Then after that we'll import pi time zone, PYTZ. Okay. So I have already installed, but you can install anyhow. You have to install in your system. So first let's see how to install. Simple pip3, because we are working on python version 3, right? So pip3 install pytz. This is the time zone, and requirement already satisfied. It means it is already in my system, so I need to just import this one. Okay, so simple import pytz. Okay, so after that let me create all the countries list. So country zones, so underscore zones, right? So here another function is there, pytz dot. You can just all time zone, you can get all the time zones through this function. Okay, so this is the, you can create a custom array of this, but we can get this one using this function. So now let me write one like time zone. Okay, country time zone, the let's take a array. So we can all append all the time here. So now we'll just go to the for loop so that we can append all the time zones for the countries. Okay, so for the country zone is the array. Okay, so we'll append to this array here, country zones in country zones. Here it is. Yes, this is an array of countries, right? Array of country time zones. Here it is. So let me append this one, country zones dot append. Here it is. Then country time zone. You can pytz dot, yes, time zone. right? So this is how you can get your all the time zones for the countries. Simple pytz dot time zone and country time zone. The country time zone is here the specific country, the time zone of specific country, right? So again we'll take another for loop where I will print all the time, current time zone. Okay. So here it is, the range is country time zones, which we have created above. Okay. Now we'll print. So current time, let me define one variable where current time will capture. So country time equals to, so simple, date time, just convert to current time, right? Date time dot strf time, and this is, you can just take time now. Okay, date time dot now, this is the current time of current time zones, you can just pass it here. So here it is I. So here you will get the current time zone or current date and time for the particular country. So here you just need to print these values with the f string, like you, I think you have idea on this because we have already discussed in previous videos. So simple format is there, f string, and you can simply write all the variables without any concatenations, and it's very easy to write, right? So let's copy this one. Here it is, the date of the country zone you have to write. So country zone I, right? Here it is I, yes. So now the date of country zone is, you can just country time and date format. It's very simple. Country time, you can write here, and you need to pass strf time, and the five, like you can pass the format. It's already suggesting ymd, right? So this is the this date format, you can write down anything. dmy, this is indian format, you can write. So you can print any format, right? Similarly we have to print for the time. So here it is, you can end the time is, you can pass again the same variables, the time of contract. Okay, then similar way you can write here. Let me write this is country time. You need to just pass the variable like strf time, and you have to print in the format of time hms, right? So everything is same, like you can just change it to h, capital H, capital M, yes, then capital S, hour, minute, second, right? So this is how you can print the date and time for all the countries in python. In python it's very easy to do this because of these packages already built. So we have to just use this package and everything is done. You have to just implement all these things. You have to you just need to how to implement them, otherwise it all things are there. So I hope you like this video. So let me run this one first, then yes, the python 3, the simple way we can write, yes, here it is, you can see now all the date and time of the countries, all the countries, you can say the time zone of it is printed. Okay, so this is how you can create your world clock. This is, you have all the time, like all the country's time, date and time, right? So I hope you like this video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much.